This is the tale of a dog named Bella, who finds herself apart from her beloved owner. Bella deeply misses her family, and that's precisely why she is determined to return to them. One day, she makes up her mind to locate her owner, unaware that the person she seeks resides a daunting 650 kilometers away. Bella is also oblivious to the fact that her journey will span over 2 long years before she finally reaches her destination. The remarkable aspect of this narrative is that it illustrates the profound events that unfold when someone dear to you becomes separated and eventually returns to your life. When we meet, it's not just meeting and parting. Much happens in between. Today's story is about what challenges Phi Khoi faced in these 2 years. Did he give up in front of the circumstances? To know this, keep watching our movie today. In the beginning of the story, we see a family of cats and dogs. They all live together in harmony. Here we see Belle for the first time, who is still very young. All of them search for each other. However, one day, a group of police officers arrived to arrest them, viewing them as stray animals. They took the bull's mother away, and a few managed to escape from there. The bull was now left without a family. Yet, the mother cat was still present. She began to look after the bull. Belle thought that all humans are the same. But one day she meets Lucas. Lucas's house was nearby, and he used to come to meet her family and give them food. Belle liked Lucas so much that she was ready to live with him. One day she comes to Lucas, and Lucas was also ready to keep her with him. And in this way, Belle found a new family. She used to spend her entire day playing with Lucas. Sometimes she would chew on his shoes, and other times she would tease him. However, her absolute favorite pastime was enjoying cheese. Bella often felt quite lonely when Lucas went off to work. Yet, Bella had discovered a solution for that as well. She would always keep her distance from Lucas's black cat, as it carried Lucas's scent. Bella had grown up now. Whenever she went out with Lucas's mum, she would attempt to catch a squirrel, but it would invariably scurry up a tree. One day, we noticed that the owner of the house opposite hers managed to catch a squirrel and attempted to capture it. He arrives to see Lucas's mother because he needed to tear down his old house and construct a new one. However, he wasn't receiving the necessary permission due to Lucas, who continuously lodged complaints against him with the municipality. Until he managed to safely relocate those cats from the premises, he found it quite challenging to demolish that house. Locust's landlord didn't like dogs in the house and was coming to visit him the next day. To prevent him from finding out about the bull, he takes her with him to work, but he still had to hide her because dogs weren't allowed there. But Vela wanted to play with Locust, so when Locust locks her in a room, she starts barking loudly. A man takes her with him, and the bull meets a lot of people there. Everyone liked Bella, except a doctor unaware of her. His neighbor was demolishing his house with permission. Locust's friend filmed it as there were still cats, implying he'd bribed the police. Due to Locust's complaint, work halted again, angering the neighbor. One day, police came to Vela's house after the neighbor complained in anger. Actually, in the city where Locust resided, it was against the law to own dogs of the Pitbull breed. This was due to the fact that such dogs were considered dangerous as they could potentially harm people. The police officer states that if they spot his dog outside, they will take it to the animal department. People were extremely concerned about the virus spreading. That's the reason he trains it diligently. People tell the dog that if it notices any police officer approaching, it must swiftly run into the house without delay. Bulla was indeed an exceptionally smart dog. One day, the bull saw the squirrel again, and this time she wanted to catch it. But the window got stuck in the bull's head. Lucas sees the bull in trouble on the beach, but while he was trying to free it, a policeman sees him. He asks the bull to hand it over to them. Lucas asks her to run home, but the bull did not want to leave him. The policeman catches her and puts her in a doghouse, where there were many animals like her. The bull believed that if she stayed calm, they would see her as a good person and let her go. But that didn't happen, and she had to spend the whole night alone. We see Locust paying the fine and getting the bull released, but they inform him that his dog is now classified as a pit bull. If seen outside again, the police have the right to shoot him. Loopholes realized that to stay with the bull, he must move to a place without such dog rules. There should be no law. Loopholes decides to leave Bella with Olivia's uncle for a few days until she manages to find a new home for her. One night, they were quietly getting ready to take Bella away from there because the police officer was waiting for them outside. In reality, it was all due to their neighbor's fault. So he wanted to give Lucas a lesson, and for this, he was prepared to go to any lengths. That night, Lucas's mother keeps a watchful eye on the officer to ensure he doesn't do anything wrong with Bella. Lucas bids farewell to the bull, yet the bull was unaware that Lucas was actually distancing her from him. The bull found herself in New Mexico. This location was 650 kilometers away from people. Several days went by in this manner, but nobody arrived to collect the bull. The bull frequently felt upset because dogs are known to be loyal to their owners. In certain instances, it has been observed that dogs remain loyal, waiting for their owner for many years. For example, a dog named Hathi waited for his deceased master for 9 long years, even though he knew his master would never return. Our Bella was also not one to surrender easily. One day, she found an opportunity to leave the house unnoticed and embarked on a quest to find Lucas. However, she was unaware that her journey would be fraught with challenges and would take over 2 years to complete, during which she would encounter numerous hardships. However, the most heartbreaking part of this situation was that Lucas had finally discovered a new home, and he was scheduled to be collected the following day. But before that, the bull ran away from that house. While walking, the bull reached the jungles, where she saw many animals. She had never seen animals like this, and she used to name them according to her choice. She felt extremely hungry, so she decided to chase after the rabbit. However, the rabbit was incredibly fast. Along the way, she encountered a group of other dogs in the city. At first, Bella feared that approaching them might lead to her demise, but she was mistaken, as their group was quite friendly. They provided her with food to eat, and even taught her the skills of hunting. Paula was happy that at least she was able to fill her tree, but she still missed Lucas. One night, Bella sees that all the dogs of her pack return to their homes, but there was no home for Bella. One of the dogs asks her to come with him. Bella also liked her family, but she still wanted to go only to Lucas. After several days, she begins to move forward once more. Then, one day, she catches the scent of blood in the forest. As she follows the trail, she discovers that hunters have killed a leopard. The bull felt deeply saddened by this sight, but then she notices a frightened leopard cub. The bull felt truly sorry for the little cub. So she called him with her, and from now on, she was his mother. Both of them started living together. Bella named him Buddy Choti Billy because the baby looked like a cat. Buddy Choti Billy was growing very fast. In the beginning, Bella used to steal food from humans for him, but as time passed, Buddy Choti Billy became smarter, and from now on, she started bringing fish for Bella. One day, both of them were playing together when the bull heard the sound of some animals. These animals were coyotes, which look like wolves and belong to the same species. Their herd attacks the bull and the big and small cats. The big and small cats climb up the tree, and the bull stood alone in front of their herd to save them. Before they attack them, some humans see them and save both of them. They liked the bull, so they took it with them. But the big and small cats were scared of humans and ran away. The humans noticed a band around the bull's neck with Lucas's name and number on it. The bull felt happy hearing Lucas's voice before they could say anything to her. They see both the big and small cat standing right in front of them, and all of them flee from there in fright. Thus, the bull's final opportunity to return home was lost as well. The bull now spent most of her time with the big and small cats. In this manner, a few more months passed by, and winter eventually arrived. As she watched the snow falling from the sky, the bull recalled the moments she had spent with Lucas. She and the big cat would fish together. One day, while they were playing in the snow, the bull suddenly caught the scent of another dog, and, because she needed to return to her house, she sensed the presence of another dog. It's been a while since she met someone, so she runs to him. The other dog is also very happy to see him. His owner tries to stop him, but his dog was running on a very thin layer of ice, due to which the ice starts rotting, and his owner gets trapped under the same ice. It was good that some people saw him, and with the help of a bull, they rescued him. The rescue department people were not ready to take those dogs with them, so 2 people had to take them with them. Yet, they were both thrilled to now have 2 truly lovely dogs. They took great care of both of them. Paula was very happy with them, but she still missed focus sometimes. Paula loved her new friend, and they used to help each other. One day they get a call from the hospital, and they come to know that the owner of those dogs who was buried in the snow is now fine. This meant that now they have to return those dogs back to him. He disliked doing this because he had begun to love both the dogs as well. The following day, when he takes them to that man, it is apparent that his condition had not improved. He was unwilling to keep the dogs with him, as he held his dog responsible for his current state. Despite the dog's reluctance to leave him, the owner pushed the dog away. It becomes clear that this dog was never even his to begin with. However, neither had any issue with keeping him. The other dog was thrilled with his new owner, yet Bella wished to remain with Lucas. He was glad his friend had a new family. Once they're both free, Bella resolves to find Lucas again. They continue calling Bella back. But the bull goes away from there. The bull was now alone again and was hungry too. But the good thing was that she knew how to hunt, so she entered a supermarket and stole food for herself from there. While she was eating the first meal, an old man came to her. He used to beg on the streets. He takes the bull with him, and when he realizes that because of the bull, people were giving him more alms than before, he started keeping it tied to him all the time. The good thing about it was that he never let the bull go hungry. And the bad thing was that he never set it free. It was always tied to a rope. In this way, the winters passed, and now the summer season had arrived. The man was deeply sad, lacking any will to live. One day, he brings Bella to the riverbank. Seeing her attempt to cut the rope, he binds her with an iron chain. He falls asleep there, weeping. By morning, his body is cold. Bella understands he has died, yet he had bound her to him, preventing her from leaving. The poor thing remained tied there for a few days. The bull was eating the food kept around it, but there was no water to drink. The bull showed its loyalty to the man, but the intention of that man was not good. He wanted the bull to die with him. Slowly, the bull started getting weak, and the dead body of that man also started rotting slowly. Parla waits for several more days, yet nobody arrives to rescue her. There was plenty of water before her, but she couldn't drink any of it. One day, a few children spot Bella. They notice that Bella was bound to a corpse. They release her, and once she is free, the first action Bella takes is to drink a substantial amount of water. After expressing her gratitude to the children, she departs from that place. The bull had come back to the same jungles, but she had not given up yet. She wanted to reach the locust at any cost. One day, the coyotes found her alone and surrounded her. That day, the bull ran away from there, but they kept chasing her. One day, they surrounded her again from all sides. They started biting her one by one and injured her badly. But then they heard someone roaring. When they all look up, they see the same big and small cats, who have now become very large and strong. They eliminate all the attackers and chase them off. The bull is delighted to see them and is equally pleased to meet the bull again. She begins licking its wounds to help them heal swiftly. That night, the bull sleeps soundly under the watchful eyes of the small and big cats. Upon waking, she finds herself in a vast dry field from where she can clearly see her city. The elder bull invites the younger cat to accompany her, yet the cat declines the invitation. The bull affectionately refers to the cat as her twin and embarks on a journey to locate the locust. The bull needed to traverse the main highway and venture into the urban jungles, but the vehicles speeding along that highway posed a significant challenge. Despite this, the bull bravely gathers the courage to step onto the road, which unfortunately causes many individuals to lose their balance, resulting in a considerable traffic jam on the road. Everyone tries to catch the bull, but the bull gets scared and starts running away, due to which it collides with a car. Due to this accident, the bull's leg got fractured. Bella starts moving forward with that broken leg. She was in a lot of pain, but she was more happy that she was finally going to meet Lucas. She sees the same road and the same house where she used to play with Lucas, but she did not know that Lucas does not live there anymore. Bella is very upset after not finding Lucas, but the new owner of that house had called the police. Bella sees that it was the same bad man, and so she runs away from there. Now she had only one way to reach Locust. She goes to the place where Locust used to work. Bella sees the same people there whom she used to meet 2.5 years ago. Now there was no restriction on dogs in that hospital like before. Bella starts barking there, in the hope that Lucas will come to her, and then we see Olivia there. She was very happy to see Bella. After a while, Lucas's mother also comes there. He takes Bella to Lucas. Lucas begins to cry upon seeing her, and Bella is so overjoyed to see him that she rushes to him, despite her broken leg. Bella has numerous injuries on her body, so Lucas is taking her to the hospital. However, on their way, they encounter the same officer who disliked Bella. He demands they quietly hand Bella over to him, but everyone opposes the officer's request. They were all retired military officers, and that is the reason why the officer is struggling to establish his authority. After a while, his senior approaches to speak with him. This senior is an honest officer who adheres strictly to the law. He mentions that Pitbull dogs are prohibited in the city of Denver, so we must legally take them into our custody. Then, the locust recalls that he is actually standing in a government hospital, and this hospital is not within the jurisdiction of Denver City. It is, in fact, a hospital operated by the central government. Locust says that at this rate, they cannot arrest his dog. The officer thought that he was right, but the other officer told him that he will arrest him as soon as he comes out of the hospital. But his senior forbids him from doing so because people used to complain a lot against him. That is why he goes off duty for some time, so that he does not trouble anyone. Locust takes Vela with him to his new home, where there were no restrictions on keeping dogs. Vela was very happy that she reached the Locust even after 2.5 years. Locust offers her a piece of cheese, hoping she might have forgotten the game. However, that was not the case at all. Bella remembered everything quite clearly. We then see that Olivia and Locust eventually got married, and Bella began living happily with them once more. In the end, we see the big cat, who was no longer alone. She had a son, and perhaps this was why she chose not to go with Bella. With this, the movie comes to an end here. I sincerely hope you enjoyed this story.